just returned from Uganda. And we had an ElijahStreams team with us. And so we're going to show a few pictures. Before I show the other ElijahStreams team, I want you to see the boots on the ground.
Wow.
Now, you always talk, Steve, you say one of the reasons that you like partnering with Show Mercy in Uganda is there's boots on the ground.
Exactly.
This is not all the boots on the ground, because some people had to work there in this picture, but this is part of our staff. And these are the people that are going out and doing the ministry day after day, even when we don't have teams there. So
that's amazing. And like, if you added them all up, if everyone was there at the same time, how many people are actually on staff? And I guess is the right way to say they're on staff and making a living or being paid. How would you say that?
Yeah, they're on staff with Show Mercy, and I think we have 60, maybe 61. So they are the ones helping to get the water wells done. They're the ones that are going day after day into these villages, doing the ministry, preaching the gospel. You know, Mike and I go there occasionally, like we just took an ElijahStreams team there, but we're not there all the time. But we're going to share later how it got started and how this story of ElijahStreams, which was ElijahList to begin with, Steve and Doreen and Mike and Lori meeting together, and how we're together bringing fresh, clean water to the people of Uganda. It's an incredible, incredible story. So we want to show some of the pictures though from the team. And I just want to say, if you are thinking about going on the Israel tour, I say you need to go, because spending time with this ElijahStreams team, oh my goodness, it's like you're just like family. Like it was a bunch of strangers coming together, although some of them had been on trips before, so they kind of knew each other.
But you know, when we showed up, I think it was the last one, you were there. We've been on, this is like the second, this will be the third. When we showed up on the one with Robin Bullock, and I don't know if you remember that, but I said, man, it's like, it was the first one we went to where everyone, we were contending for Trump to come back. And I realized, oh my goodness, this is not just family. This is close-knit family, isn't it? It's like everyone's on the same page.
So when we got there, you can go to the next slide. When we got there, it was like our hearts were already knit together even before we said the first word. So this is a picture of the team.
And let me tell you something. If you have said, I'm too old to do this, we have a lady in there who is about to have her 88th birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Her name is Sylvia, and her son Ron is the guy with the long white beard, looks like Santa Claus.
I see that. It does look like Santa Claus. He's got the red badge.
Everybody was amazing, but she did every outreach. She got out there and dug in the dirt. Even when we went on a safari towards the end of the trip, she went zip lining, and she's almost 88 years old.
Oh my goodness.
So there's no excuse. And you know, you mentioned Michael Wilhelm having a ministry. He really does have a ministry. And the kids loved him. I think I don't know if we have pictures of him.
We couldn't put all the pictures in here, but we're just going to go through them. We had a chance to go into the community and love on people. And several of the ElijahStreams team members actually had donated water wells. So it was really special for them to go see firsthand the impact that these water wells are making.
You know, Steve, this is one of my favorite trips, and you're probably wondering why would this? I mean, I've been on so many.
Well, I can imagine, especially with the group of people you had, but Yvonne and Mina and
exactly, it's the people that we went with, and you know, you can get involved in a ministry, and you're doing a lot of things behind the scenes, and you know, dealing with a lot of struggles and challenges. But when we got there, the people, the team encouraged us so much because they were so blown away with what God was doing. I think Michael, we were talking to him, and he told us, you know, he goes, I always thought about these water wells, and I've obviously seen it and been a part of it, but I don't think those videos showed 90% of what's actually happening in the lives of people. And we heard that over and over again. So people were going to see the water wells that they donated and just being really impacted. They say, you know, we thought we were going to see a water well, but we ended up seeing the face of Jesus, basically, because the people came out and we're so thankful and so just joyous. And these are some of the elderly we had over. They dressed up, and we had a nice meal for them. And some of the team spent time with them.
Are these the ones? Do they all call them Yaya? At least
Jaja.
Jaja, is that what it is?
Jaja. Yeah.
Okay. And is that grandparents or just the grandmother that goes by
it's
that?
Both. They call them both. Yeah.
Okay.
Jajas.
Okay. There's Yvonne.
and she's smiling. She's very happy. I think
She's always smiling, isn't she?
Oh my gosh, we love spending time with Yvonne and Mina and Michael. That was also a big highlight for us. It's just people don't get to see, they see the show and they see just like an hour, but there's such a bond and a unity going on at ElijahStreams, and it was remarkable to be on this trip with all of the people.
Well, and if I could say it like this way, this ministry, and I'm sure yours is the same way, there's just no political, I'm talking about office politics, political. There's no political agendas. There's not power struggles. There's people loving the minister together. It's just like so peaceful. But anyway, I want to point this one thing out. Now, I can't tell by this photo if this is out and about, probably out and about by what I'm seeing back here. But when they show you guys in front of your buildings that are nicely done, that was, I don't know whether you call it the bush or the jungle or what, but that was undeveloped, overgrown jungle, was it? What would you call it?
It was. Yeah, there was nothing out there. There was no electricity. There was no running water. There was no medical facilities. We actually got a grant from the Ugandan government to bring electricity just to our base originally. So you would come and drive in there, and you'd look across the valley, and all you would see was this one glowing compound. And our base is called Field of Dreams, and it's from the movie Field of Dreams. And a lot of you have probably seen it. It's back in the 1980s, Kevin Costner. But one of the lines in that movie is, if you build it, they will come.
So good.
And if you build it, he will come. And that is what's happened. It's about connecting to the people, to the heart of the Father. And, there's a line in that movie, too, that you were talking about heaven. And I think there's a line in the movie where somebody says, "Is this heaven?"
Yeah.
And he paused and he said, "No, this is Iowa."
It was great.
So everybody did get to go to heaven when they came to our Field of Dreams base. We actually got to go, Steve, and actually be a part of a drilling, which was amazing. So that's some pictures of that.
And this is the closest I've seen a crowd around the equipment. That's really good.
They let us get in there and operate the hydraulics and
really,
pretend like we were, we were doing the work. But it was really cool. They showed us, and you see that picture. We even got Yvonne and Mina really dirty. And
that's good, because they normally pretty cleaned up. It looks like they're getting dusted up right there. By the way, second to the right is Michael that we've talked about. He's the biggest guy in the room, usually tallest, and he is a servant of all, man. I mean, he serves and serves and serves, doesn't he?
It's true. It's true. We gave him a new name, Michael Guyver, because he's like MacGyver. If you need something, he has it. He's got it in his backpack. Yeah. He'll run to his room. He'll do whatever it is to get whatever.
He is amazing. I mean, when I was in the hospital, he was my go-to guy. We said, "Could you go to the house and feed the dog?" And he says, "I'd be delighted to." And he doesn't just say that because it's a political thing to say. That's in his heart.
It really is.
He's a servant. So anyway, but
we love him.
All right, that's just more pictures. The guys are working, shoveling stones, and getting ready for this installation as well. And what else we got there? Yeah, I was going to say something really quick on this. This is people started lining up. Now we're pumping out the well, so the well has been drilled at this point, and we're pumping it out, cleaning out all the particles of clay. Yeah, and people started lining up with their jerry cans. And Michael, you can see in the background, I was actually talking to Michael, and he was interviewing me, and he stopped me and he said, "What are these people doing?" And I looked around and I said, "I have no idea." So I asked him, and they were lining up because the water that was coming out of that hose, and that next picture that you showed that showed the brown water, they were coming and getting that water. That's
because that was better than anything. What did they have?
That's what they said.
I
said, why are you getting this water? And they're like, the place that we're getting water. And they pointed way out there. It's so dirty and so far. So they were actually getting the water that hadn't been cleaned out yet. So I thought
it hadn't been cleaned of the mud, but it probably didn't have all the animal.
Correct. It didn't look clean, but it was clean. Yeah.
Things that animals do, and they do, and people do, and wow.
Yeah.
I think that's next video. The next one is a video, and we showed up to do a water well commissioning. And there were so many children, and they were so excited. So we want to show that.
Yeah, let's show that video.
Wow. They're saying we are happy. Is that
That's
right?
it. We are happy. They were so excited. And Lori actually drove up to this one because we didn't have enough vehicles. And we used to drive in Uganda, but we try not to now if we don't have to. But Lori drove us up, and the kids were just all with these branches and following us. And it was crazy. They were so excited. I'm like, what are they doing? And like, oh, they're celebrating. They're celebrating. And so the team
I mean,
really
you think about, of course, I'm thinking of the waving the palm branches before Jesus. It would have been that kind of a scene, and they had that kind of gratitude, right? They're really, really thankful. And I point out a couple of times a month that the amount that comes out of one of those wells, even though you saw the big equipment, it's like the equivalent of a couple of garden hose faucets running together. There's not that much, but the whole village's lives are changed.
It's true.
With that. It's just like, it's a mind bender.